G'day everybody and welcome back. And if this is your first visit, why don't you just pop down there and hit the like and subscribe button and bell notification. We'll wait. Thank you. All right. This is my DUCATI ST3. It's a 2006 model and I bought it some time ago and it had a few issues. I got it fairly cheap. Not being unfamiliar with DUCATI, I already own another one, I was expecting the same type of riding experience, and the reality is that it just wasn't there. The first thing I did was tidy up a few cosmetic details. So if you remember, there was a bit of arts and craft stuff going on with someone had taken like a little brush and some red paint and painted a few highlights here, the heads of these screws, and here, and here. And there was also a number of decals stuck to the bike, those gel type swoosh logo, DUCATI swoosh logo decals, here, and they also had some smaller coarser gel type DUCATI logos and had stuck them all over the bike. Here. There was a few other cosmetic changes that I had to make. The windscreen fairing was badly broken and I replaced it. I replaced the windscreen with a standard windscreen rather than the double bubble tinted one. I wasn't a big fan. Replaced the left-hand mirror. The night before the sausage tour, I actually replaced the rear brake master cylinder. I didn't trust it enough. I had a new one sitting there, so I just swapped it out. I also tidied up the rear license plate, re-centralised it, got rid of those horrible screws, put a reflector on there. I replaced the tank pad because the old one had been lifting and the bloke had actually put glue under it, like super glue, to try and reattach it. There's still some evidence of the damage that caused on the tank. And then I took it on a tour of Tasmania, loaded it up with luggage, headed off with the boys for about a week or so. And it really was terrible. I thought, I don't know how I managed to get it around the island the way it was. The front end of this bike was just off the charts. The forks were stuffed, the rotors were stuffed. It felt like it was bashing on the rivets on the rotors, on the calipers. That's how bad it was, coming pounding up through the forks, and it would tram terribly. So I rebuilt the front forks and discovered in that time that these aren't the forks that the bike came out with. These have adjustable damping on them, as well as the adjustable preload, whereas the standard ST3 does not have adjustable damping. We're not sure what the components are actually out of because it's a bit of a mystery still to this day. But we've rebuilt it with new seals and new oil, and basically tidied up the damage that was within those forks where the preloaded assembly had unscrewed from the rest of the fork assembly internally. So of course it also got, well, as I mentioned, it got new rotors. We rebuilt the forks and new wheel bearings and brake pads. So that was the front end sorted, and happy days, it just transformed the bike. I fitted the Kamini heated grips and they've been fantastic with their factory look, and they just work. Decided to pull the back wheel out and get rid of some backlash that I was noticing in the driveline. So we changed the cush drive bushes, cush drive pins, fitted new wheel bearings and new bearings to the cush drive. I changed the timing belts. And I fitted a pair of L brackets for a soft luggage bag, which I took on the sausage tour, but since getting back, I put this Givi top box on, still utilising the L brackets for the soft bag. This was actually the rack that the Givey hard box is bolted to. Actually came off the back of my old CB 450 Honda. I just cut it up and welded it to some pins that would fit the L brackets, and that's been fantastic. I can put my helmet in it. I've always got gear on board. I kind of treat this bike a bit like a station wagon, I guess, because I've got hooligan bikes in the garage, and this is my daily ride and my go-to bike now for just being able to throw a few things in the panniers. It's amazing just how handy those things are. And most recently I fitted the Öhlins rear shock from a Ducati ST3, and I've had a little bit of a chance to ride it now, not in anger, to be honest, just a run to the shops and to work and back, but it's certainly at this stage not really a definable difference between it and the sash shock that was in there. Let's wait until we get it in and be able to test it in anger, I guess. So why am I doing this video? They plunged southern Tasmania into a 3-day lockdown. We've had rain, horrible weather, right up until today, and then tomorrow we're supposed to get rain again. So today would have been a really good day to go for a ride with the boys, and we had one planned, and then because reasons we have to stay home. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll just do this quick catch up on the ST3 and the story so far. As I mentioned earlier, I've already got another Ducati that I love, and it's like a new bike, that thing, and it handles and brakes and does everything the way it should. And this did not, and I was disappointed when I first bought it, I have to be honest. Now that it's all sorted in the areas that needed sorting, the more I ride it, the more I love it. And even visually, I was not a fan of this look. Get into the whole Blanche versus Tamburini design ideals, and you end up going down a rabbit hole. But essentially, Blanche did design the ST series. He drew the ST2, and Tamburini did not like it, to be honest. He thought it was too Japanese. Of course, he had already left, was no longer with the Ducati family. He was the head of design for Cagiva when they owned Ducati. When the ST series was designed, Blanche was in charge, so he had the final sign off on everything. And yeah, he designed the ST, and it's a bit of a, I guess it depends on what era you were born in, but I prefer the stuff that was designed at Ducati under the leadership of Massimo Tamburini. Just me. But like I said, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, the more I look at it, the more I like it. It's really grown on me. I did not like it that much when I first purchased it. Not to say that I think it's an ugly bike. It's just that it didn't have the same appeal to me as the my 900 Super Sport. So we're approaching a point now where I'm pretty well happy with this bike now. I do have a couple of other little jobs I want to do, and I don't film everything. Not everything gets filmed on camera. I've got some new foot peg rubbers I need to replace, and just a little general tidy up bits and pieces. I guess the point here is that this bike was let slip by a previous owner while he was conscientious enough to take it to a mechanic to have them do regular valve inspections and valve clearance inspections and timing belts and oil changes, that kind of thing. He spent more time with an arts and crafts brush painting things than he did actually looking after the bike generally, general maintenance on the bike. So now that it's back to where I'm happy with it, and things like the clutch fluid, I changed the clutch fluid and this, it was like treacle. It was black and it was thick and it was horrible. Obviously I've done the brake, I've replaced the rear brake master cylinder, and I've done the front brakes as well, so they all have had fresh fluid put in them too. So we had fork oil that was just putrid and half of it was missing, and brake fluids that were just terrible, and this is how bikes become devalued. So anyway, I think I've had enough of a rant. I just wanted to, like I said, tell you the story so far on the ST3, and let you know that I'm really quite happy with the bike now. I've even put the sheepskin cover back on it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll catch you next time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.